6 and a 5, that's not bad, is it? Could be 6 both, but well, these aren't dice, are they? They look like dice, but no, they're something else because they're little metal boxes with catches. Let's see what's inside. Take the finger off and then a jack-in-the-box. That's what it is, not a dice. And the other one? Well, probably the same, but a different style, I hope. It's under the catch. Stand back and then another jack-in-the-box. What little beauties. These are made by a lady in Stratford-on-Avon, would you believe, where the bard comes from. Very nicely made from cast metal. And it's part of my jack-in-the-box collection, which I've been at for about 30, 40 years. There's jacks in the boxes, jills in the boxes, springs in the boxes, all sorts of things in the boxes. Those are the first 2. The next 2 I want to show, even though they don't work very well, they're little wind-ups from Tomy Company. And the idea is you're supposed to wind it up, but the wind-up's long since given up, and then up pops a little figure. Let's see if this one at least tries to perform. You wind it up, it sort of runs, sort of, try to. But to make it really perform, I've got to do it on my finger and force it, and then you should get some action at the end of the run. Yes, up drops a little thing. So when they were new, and this is 30, 40 years ago I've had these in my collection, they ran around and then up popped a little figure. Very sweet, made by Tomy Company back in the early 1980s. The other ones from Mercy do actually work, but they're bigger scale ones. This one, for instance, is I got this in 1976. It's a jock-in-the-box. A jock? Well, that's an endearing name for a Scotsman. Probably a version of Jack. It's got a nice tartan, so it's something to do with Scotland, isn't it? Let's see if he's up to it. Oh, yes, what a beauty. Look at this. Jock himself, with a sporran and a dirk and a kilt. That's very nicely done, isn't it? The jock-in-the-box. Superb. Going to another country now, Spain. I found these at the Valencia Toy Fair. Very odd because the lid is inclined. It's made of wood, very light wood. Open the catch, pull it back, and then pops. That's a strange figure, isn't it? And the spring covered in cloth too. It's rather nice. A message which I suppose could say happy birthday or anything you like, but it's a nice concept to have that, and quite sturdily made too. And the other one, which came from the same source, was this one here with a big catch, and now this comes up a long way. Wow, look at that. What a creature. It's like a long striped socks, isn't it? Extraordinary. Comes out a long way. Spain's version of Jack-in-the-Boxes. Super. The Rolls-Royce, I think, of the Jack-in-the-Boxes is this company called Jax from the 1990s in America. They did 2 things. One is to create some very interesting interiors, which I'll show in a sec. And the other is the box itself has a very nice mechanism. There's no catch there. What you do is you just squeeze the front and back and it pops up automatically. And look at the interior, a beautiful flower, complete with the ladybird and on the petal in the middle. And it just popped back in the box, and there's a very, very nice, simple little catch here. But the interiors they did were just unbelievable. Look at the interiors, Beethoven and conductors and nurses, even a board meeting with all Jack-in-the-Box board meeting. And they would customise these to you. If you sent in a picture of yourself or a friend, they'd actually style it in with your clothes and make it a completely personalised Jack-in-the-Box. So the Jax, J-A-X they called it, was I think the Rolls-Royce of the Jack-in-the-Box world. There are some custom-made ones in England by Lady Rubino. I haven't been in touch with for many years now. And this was an extraordinary idea. When you opened it, popped a Jack-in-the-Box. Where's his head? Oh, just about there. But he's holding a box. Oh, so it's nestling. Yes. Oh, yes. Hardly springs up. But he's holding one, which is holding another one. There's about 4 or 5, all nestling one inside the other. Isn't that a little beauty of an idea? A nestling or Matryoshka doll type Jack-in-the-Box. She also made this superb one here of a double Jack-in-the-Box. What could be inside here, do you think? Let's have a go. Up pops. Oh, Teddy. He's very smartly dressed. What's he smartly dressed for? Let's see. Oh, for his wedding, of course. There's his bride. Jack-in-the-Box and Jill in the box, perhaps. But it's a lovely idea, that's all ready to take their marriage vows. And then I took this Matryoshka doll idea one stage further and had Pippa Greenwood, who I've been out of touch for many years, but she did this beautiful job here, very heavy Jack-in-the-Box, which was something else. Let's see what's working inside. Oh, getting a bit laboured now in his old age. Grandfather Jack-in-the-Box. And he's holding a box which must have, yep, another Jack. This is the next generation. who's holding a box, which has got, oh, another one popping up, who's holding a box, who's holding a box. And the last stage is what there's 3 of. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations of Jacks in the Boxes. Wow. Grandchildren, great-grandfathers, the whole family. What a lovely idea. So the other thing I wanted to show was a couple of items from the spring in the box, things which are really springy opening, but they don't have a figure on the top. This was the one I picked up at the Nuremberg Fair 1981. It's called Turifel, Le Grand Surprise. It looks like it's French soap. When I open it, though, something happens. Oh, yes, I see. A giant spring. Should be a Jack in the Box at the end of it, but never mind. And then, going back to my early childhood, here's something which I came across. I had great fun with this. It's the old joke where you have nuts, or we had mustard in our family, and when you open it, up pops a spring. Now, there was one time about 30 years ago when Covent Garden General Store was selling these off, not for £2 each, but for 10 pence each. So I dived in and I bought a whole bunch of them. Threw away the tins. I couldn't use them. They were much cheaper tins than these, no nuts in it. But what I wanted was these things here. So I've got one more finale to do, which is 30 of these, or 40, I don't know how many are in here, a huge number, all in one big tube. And it's a bit like a Roman candle, this. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, a spring in the air. Spring's arrived.